So, sino dito familiar sa Rubik's Cube? Nakapaglaro ng bata? Diba? Nasa-solve niyo ba? Oo, di nga. Kinalas niyo lang eh. Kinalas, didikit-dikit. Diba? Anyway, meron kasing story regarding sa isang experiment ginawa abroad. Merong isang experiment na gusto ma-determine ng mga scientists gaano ka ba kabilis ma-solve na isang individual yung Rubik's Cube. So, what happened is meron isang volunteer, nilagyan nila ng blindfold, then binigyan ng Rubik's Cube. And they told the volunteer to solve that. Blindfolded. Imagine, di ba? Ang hirap kaya mag-solve ng walang blindfold eh. Tapos hawakan mo. And based sa study nila, it will take the student around 4.5 billion years bago matapos yung Rubik's Cube. And then they did the same experiment, but this time with an expert kasama ng student. Tinuturo sa kanya, kino-coach sa kanya step by step. He was able to solve it 2 minutes. Mabilis. That's what happens kapag mayroong mga teachers when it comes to studies. That's why dito kami, we provide classes like this, we provide videos online, we provide articles on our website for you to read and mas mapabilis yung learning curve nyo. Okay? So this is the simple Forex success flow chart. Phase 1, you have to learn the basic Forex terms. Everything is under sa forum. We won't be discussing the Forex terms dito kasi napaka-basic niya. Diba? You can just do it on your own, read it. Then next, learn to set up and navigate the MetaTrader platform. Kanina nakita nyo na pinakita ni Sir Borgie all the videos that you need to watch regarding MetaTrader platform. If you're still confused, I suggest meet kayo with your leaders, di ba? They're very proficient na in navigating the platform. Next, in phase 2, study the lessons yung nasa DCBB and money management until proficiency. Then, once na-study nyo na siya, you have to demonstrate until your account doubles. Right? I know yung iba nag-open ng live account, but wag niyo muna i-trade ng live, ha? Parang sa casino, mag-buy-in ka muna ng chips pero wag mong laruin. Baka matalo ka kasi. Okay? You have to demonstrate muna until you double your account. Of course, yung phase 3, once confident with your demo, trade live. Okay? Is that clear, guys? Okay? Wag mo bebenta yung kalabaw mo, ha? Tapos i-trade mo Forex. Okay? So, ito yung forum. Kung hindi nyo pa alam, you just have to go there. The lessons are all there. Tatlo kasing topic natin tonight. So, sana matapos natin lahat. Pero eventually, I think matatapos natin ito. So, etong i-discuss ko to, alam na nito ng mga group leaders pero yung last part, hindi pa. Okay. So, sino dito kumakain ng cake? What a question no? Depende anong klaseng cake. So, just like learning, you eat the cake piece by piece. Diba? So, para dahan-dahan mo siya maintindihan. Ganun din ang learning natin dito. You have to take it slowly but surely. So, you will learn market dynamics, how the market works, critical error a trader makes, and you'll be able to learn to read the market. And of course, why use the debt collector? And why price change in direction? If halimbawa na you started demo trading, di ba minsan napapansin nyo, bakit ganito? Natalo ako? Or bakit umaakyat siya? What's the reason behind that? Di ba? Or bakit siya bumaba? Or bakit hindi siya gumagalaw? Di ba? Ngayon matututunan nyo na yung reason behind that. So how the market works? Remember, katulad sabi ko earlier, the market is run by banks and market makers. It's purely manipulated. That means every single thing na nakikita yung price movement sa market, dito sa forex charts natin, or sa prices ng mga bilihin sa labas, ng grocery items, ng rice, ng water, ng electricity, everything, lahat yun is manipulated by the cartel, mga big people behind that. Diba? So, if you know that it's manipulated, hindi ka basta-basta nakikinig sa news because they also, own the news. They pay the newspapers to confuse people. So you have to think like them to make money. Okay? We professional traders who make money off amateurs, yung mga hindi marunong mag-trade. Okay? So, lahat tayo, di ba, as traders, you have to realize that the forex market is a zero-sum game. That means you have to, if somebody has to lose money for us to win. Okay? Ganun po siya kasad. So whenever you're winning, somebody is losing. Just like pag nasa casino ka, di ba? You only win kapag may natatalo. Di ba? Same as sa forex market. According to sa movie na Fight Club, advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy things we don't need. The only way to control the population or the humans or tayo lahat is through debt. Correct? Na-realize yun ng mga founding fathers ng banking industry. They used usury, credit cards, loans to control people. If you're not familiar with the family of the Rothschilds, the founders of Illuminati, sabi nila, give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws. If you think presidents are elected, no, they are selected. They're sponsored by big businessmen, correct? Kaya nakikita niyo sa bawat mga nila campaign, may mga malalaking mayayaman to back them up, correct? And it's a big club. You and I are not in it. So this is mga amateurs. They run the bank. Yung mga big time, di ba? They own the bank. Di ba? Paano ba kumikita mga banks, di ba? From our loans, from our deposits, and then they loan it to other people, correct? Pero lang. Kaya sabi nga ni Robert Kiyosaki, if you wanna be rich, magtayo ka daw ng bank. So teaching only takes place when learning does. Learning only takes place when you teach something yourself. I always say to my students na trading could not be taught. Alam niyo ba yun? It can only be realized by experiencing it. Just like, for example, meron akong friend na is a good swimmer. Gusto niya magturo ng swimming and will write a book. Sabi niya, I think hindi enough yung book. Kasi even if you read a book about swimming, confident ka na ba nun to dive sa 100 feet na ocean? I think not, diba? You could read all you want about forex, same thing. You won't be making money unless ikaw mismo you've experienced it on your own trading ka. You have to teach it to yourself. So before the lesson start, we'll just go back in past lessons natin about price movement. It's about again supply demand. Diba? When price is going up, what does it mean? Demand is greater than the supply. So we call that bullish. Next, when price going down, we call that bearish market. Very good. And of course, when price stays the same, it's an easy consolidation. Okay. Whenever you're looking at a random chart, it looks like this, di ba? Parang ano ba to? Paano ba mag-plot ng DC? Nakatulog kasi ako ng seminar eh. Hindi ko naalala. Hindi ko rin alam saan yung videos. Hindi ko rin alam sino team leader ko. Paano na ako? Oh my God. Diba? Wala na ako natutunan. Late pa ako. Okay lang yun, di ba? It's part of learning. You have to be responsible for your learning. Pero, if nakapag-aral ka, nakatulad kanina si Rod, yung nag-intro, na-explain niya sa akin na kanina daw umaga parang nag-500 pips siya. Trading. Why? Because syempre, na-realize mo na on your own na, ganito pala mag-trade. Diba? Ito pala yung mga DC zones, this is how I got them, this is how I traded. So, hindi na ganun ka-random. Right? So, what are the critical errors an amateur trader do? Madalas ito ginagawa ng amateur trader. They trade on emotions or impulse. Buying after a rise in prices and selling after a fall in prices. That is why we don't just buy when there is a breakout. I mean, di ba, kung nakating ka sa chart mo, na-experience mo biglang it's going up, tapos nagpahi ka, o yes, it's going down, tapos nag-sell ka, hinahabol mo siya. It means, if you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. Okay? That's very wrong. I always say to my students, trading should be effortless. It's like sleeping. Dapat hindi ka kinakabahan, dapat hindi ka na-excite. Dapat relax ka lang para ka nagpapaspa. If hindi ka relax whenever you're trading, you're doing something wrong. Nagigets nyo? So we don't trade on impulses or bigla ka lang may nakita na, it's going up. We don't trade that way, di ba? If you trade that way, you're going to lose more often than you win. Next, using too many indicators. Remember, the best indicators are only three things. Price, price, and price. The whole world is made up of prices. Di ba? Sabi ko, sa grocery pa lang, yung price ng electricity, ng cellphone mo, yung damit mo, everything is prices. And once you know how the price moves, you will make money. And of course, searching the internet. Yan. Sino dito Google ng Google? Hindi ko na yung sinasabi ni Sir Yuri. Google nga ako. Ay, ito. Okay yung technique nila, hindi ko naintindihan. Balik na lang ako sa dati. May nagganon ba? Diba? Pinapasimple ko na kasi yung mga lessons. That's why if you go online, lalo kayo nalilito. Okay? Masyado kasi technical most of the time kapag ni-explain nila online. Diba? Meron ako dati kilala na friend ko. Teacher din siya sa Forex naman sa abroad. Tapos nag-start siya magturo dito sa Philippines. Lahat ng mga estudyante niya nalilito. Dahil sobrang technical yung terms niya. Yung maraming maraming competition, so nalito. Sabi niya sa akin, ba't ganito? Hindi na din my students. Sabi ko, kailangan mo sobrang basic. So mag-Tagalog ka. Hindi Tagalog eh. Next, listening to the news and listening to other people. Diba? If you click that button, may kasama ka na sabi, mag-buy ka, di ba? You will lose. You have to have confidence when it comes to trading. Hindi mo pwede tanongin yung mga groupmates mo, ano sa tingin mo, babay na ba ako o magsisell? It doesn't work that way. Di ba explain ko nung last class na trading is not a team sport? Sa pagre-review, sa pag-aaral, o sa pag-watch ng videos, you could do it as a team. Di ba, limbawa, yung friend mo, mas mabilis yung internet nila sa kanila. Di ba, kasi sa'yo, dial up. So, doon ka sa kanila, watch kayo videos. So, you're learning together. But, if you're already trading, you must develop your own confidence. Diba? Just like sa tennis, you could watch the tennis videos all you want. Pero pagdating na dun sa court, ikaw na lang mag-isa. Hindi na pwede kasama yung videos, di ba? Next, making trading too complicated. Minsan, iniisip nyo, at meron kayang ibang technique dito na mas nakakalito? Kasi masyadong simple ito eh. Di ba? Box lang. Di ba? Remember, you have to keep it simple all the time. Just like ang buhay, di ba? Simple lang. Pag nagutom ka, kumain. Di ba? Tapos kapag may LBM ka, katulad ni Virgil, gamitin mo yung mouse. The last time nakalimutan niya yung mouse, di ba? May LBM siya nun eh. Yan tuloy, na-record. Okay. So now, next topic natin is reading the market. After this, para na kayong si Nostradamus or si Madam Auring. Diba? Or para na kayong weather forecast. Diba? Okay, babagyo. Ay, parang umaraw. Diba? Ganun. Bisa nakakatawa, di ba, pag weather forecast, sasabi, maaraw, tapos hindi ka madadala payong. Paglabas mo, bigla, lakas na wala. Ano yan? Basa ka tuloy. Diba? Sa Manila, laging ganun. Alala ko. So, sino dito naka-experience na ng baha sa Manila? May naka. Meron time na naglakad sobrang layo dahil lumubog. Diba? Lalo sa school nila Borgie sa UST. Kasi yung mababaw, ilog lang na tinabunan ng maraming lupa. Ayun. Tapos every time umuulan, mga students nagbabangka. Diba? Meron speedboat para mabilis. Joke lang. So, yan resume. Kayo, dami nyo kasi kwento eh. Ituloy. By understanding the power of the debt collector, with the buy and breakout in DBO, you will be able to read the market. Alam niyo ba yun? Now, it's an easy and simple repetitive method based on the age-old concept of supply and demand. Most people fail to grasp it because it's too simple. Yet once mastered, will lead you faster to profitability. The debt collector or yung DC. Ito sobrang important na part na ito ng lesson natin. That's why you have to really listen. Kasi maintindihan yung principle behind the movement of markets. Bakit ganun yung technique na ginagamit namin sa class o sa trading? It's because banks, big institutions, mostly yung mga hedge funds, and market makers place their orders on the DC zones, on support DC and resistance DC. So basically, whenever naglalagay ka ng DC sa chart, tandaan mo yung mga banks doon sila naglalagay. Katulad mo rin sila mag-trade. Okay? Ganon sila mag-trade. They place their orders before the trend begins on the DC zone. Okay? Di ba, merong saying na, yung, you always have to trade with the trend or follow the trend, di ba? Sabi sa marketing, ganon. But whenever we trade with the DC, we don't just follow the trend. We create the trend. Even before mag-start yung trend, nakapasok ka na sa market. Okay? Just like for example, sa business. Sa business, ano gusto mo? Pioneer ka o yung ikaw na yung huling nag-start? Pioneer, di ba? For example, naalala ko dati noon yung father ko, nag-start siya mag-pioneer ng chicken sa province namin noon. Kaya maganda rin yung naging business niya. Laging sinasabi sa akin, maging pioneer ka. Not because everybody nag-mineral water na, ikaw na rin mag-mineral. You have to think outside of the box. Dapat mag-over ka ng something na unique or first ka. Because if, for example, ikaw yung unang-unang supplier ng, let's say, aluminum sa Philippines, di ba? You make a lot of money. Or for example, ikaw yung unang-unang supplier ng mineral water or ng Coke, di ba? You make a lot of money. Whenever nasa pioneering stages ka, you will make a lot of money. Correct? Kahit naman sa for example, sa kahit na anong industry or business. Kanina nga, di ba sabi ni Borgie, yung, for example, si Rockefeller, siya yung pioneer sa oil. Kaya, sobrang yaman niya. And for example, si Andrew Carnegie, siya yung pioneer sa steel. Lahat na nakikita yung steel na ginagamit sa construction, sa kanya galing lahat yun. For example, pioneer ka sa rice. Diba? You make a lot of money or sa sugar. Nagigits nyo? Whenever meron kayo sa opportunity that gives you an opportunity to become pioneer, maganda siya. Just like dito sa ginagawa natin sa DC, diba? Be a trendsetter. Enter before the market moves. So, before the market even trends and creates a movement or a trend sa market, nakapasok ka na. You're one of the pioneers. Ganun siya kagaling. Ganun siya ka-exciting. Okay? So, amateurs buy or sell when they see that the price is moving up or down. Diba? Madalas sa inyo ma-impulse kayo, uy, makihat, buy na ako. Uy, nag-sell. Diba? We don't do that. Diba? If gagawin mo yun, if whenever you see the chart na na-feel mo lang umakit, mababay ka, you will lose. Okay? The way we trade is we wait for the market na mag-create ng DC. Diba? Meron na ba dito nanalo sa trades? Taas nga kamay. Okay, nahiya yung mananalo. Yung mga natalo na lang. Okay? So, professionals trades even before the market moves. Just like in any business, gusto mo establish yung business mo before pa mag-start yung market. Alam niyo ba yung story dun sa Nike? Meron daw dati, dalawang salesman ni Nike, pinadala yun sa Africa. Tapos bumalik, nag-report, nag-survey. Sabi nung, sabi nung salesman A, Sir, problem po tayo sa Africa. Bakit? Walang bibili po ng shoes natin no kasi lahat nakapaka. Ay, okay. Si salesman number 2, ganda report niya, Sir, yayaman po tayo sa Africa. Bakit? Wala po kasi nagsasapatos doon. Nag-gets nyo? Ganun yung mga pioneers, ganun yung mindset nila. And with the way we trade, same as those things, di ba? Na even before the trend begins, nakapasok na tayo. Diba? We make money before mag-start yung market. Nag-gets nyo guys? So, professionals trade even before the market moves. And this could be determined by understanding the DC zones. It's like this one, di ba? This is a DC with a violent breakout, and the market went back here sa price, then nag-buy ka, correct? And of course, dito yung take profit mo. Okay? So it's about bears and bulls. It's all about buyers and sellers. Ito napaka-exciting na part. Gusto ko ito na-explain. Okay. Nakikita niyo itong buyer, di ba? Buy zone ang tawag natin dito. Whenever na ang price nasa baba, you buy. Pag ang price nasa taas, you sell. So, paano ba gumagana yung market? Madali lang naman. Di ba? As a buyer, for example, isa kang buyer dito sa market na to. Di ba? Before na makabili ka, makapag-buy, anong hinahanap mo? Somebody who is selling, correct? Kailangan mo ng sellers, correct? Pag halimbawa ikaw, bumibili ka ng, di ba, naghahanap ka ng sasakyan, you wanna buy a car. Paano ka bibili? Maghahanap ka ng seller. Sesell ng car para ikaw makabili. So dito, when the price is going down, di ba? Eto mga sellers yan. Right? Nag-sell sila dyan, that's why yung price bumababa. Tingnan nyo? Are you guys following? And pagdating dito, ano ginawa mo? Nag-buy or nag-sell? Nag-buy. Nag-buy ka kasi yung mga sellers, pababa na sila. Diba? So, you need sellers para makapag-buy ka sa market. Nagigets nyo? That's why you need them. Sabihin mo sa mga friends mo, hindi mo na mag-trade. Uy, mag-sell ka nga. Para magbabay ako. Sino dito na nag-stock? Taas nga kamay, naka-experience sa stocks. Di ba sa stocks, you can't just sell kung walang buyer, or you can just buy kung walang seller. Same thing dito po sa ginagawa natin sa market. Okay? You need sellers para makapag-buy ka dito. And kagandahan sa atin, we buy very, very low. At this point, di ba? Kung ikaw, magbabay ka ba dito sa taas? Mahal, di ba? Gusto mo ba mag-buy ka pag mahal yung price? No. Magbabay ka kapag mababa ang price. So dito, bumaba yung price, dito ka nag-buy. Correct? And then, of course, kapag yung price umaakyat and lumapit sa DC zone, ano gagawin mo? Sell. Because you couldn't sell if walang buyers. Nagigets nyo? So, hindi ka basta pwede mag-sell kung walang buyers. So, naghintay ka ng mga buyers dito. Ngayon, di ba kailangan mo maglagay ng take profit whenever you're trading? Why? It's because kapag hindi ka naglagay ng take profit dito, kakainin ng mga sellers yung profits mo. Nagigets nyo? Kaya may take profit ka. Kung halimbawa, seller ka naman dito, let's say merong zone dito na tinamaan, so nag-sell ka. If hindi ka nag-take profit dito sa area nito, di ba? Kakainin ng mga buyers yung sinel mo. So, you wouldn't profit. Nagigets nyo? That's why sa market, kung akala nyo, inopen ng mga banks ang forex trading sa ating mga retail traders para tayo sumaya, hindi. Inopen nila to sa public because they know a lot of people doesn't know anything about currency trading. They need volume sa market. Nagigets nyo? Kailangan nila ng volume ng mga taong hindi marunong mag-trade. Diba sa pindot na pindot? Uy, buy. Uy, sell na nga. Uy, buy ulit. Sell na nga. Ay, talo na ako. Oh my God. Diba? Kailangan nila ng mga taong hindi marunong mag-trade. That's why inopen nila sa public. Okay? So, for example, yung mga taong hindi nga marunong, magsesell sila dito na without even knowing kung hanggang saan. Diba? If halimbawa nag-sell ka, tapos hold mo lang siya. Let's say, nakinig ka dun sa mga advice na buy and hold. Diba? Or sell and hold. Natalo ka na pagdating dito sa area na to. Kasi hindi na siya bumapaksak dito sa area na to, correct? May mga buyers na dito sa area. So whenever na may tinitignan kayong chart, di ba? Sa taas, areas lagi ng sell zone yan. And sa baba, buy zone. So alam niyo na ngayon kung paano nag-move yung market. Lagi nang may mga team ng buyers and meron team ng sellers. So, kung pag mas marami yung team na nagpapagalaw, di ba? Naalala niyo ang PBT natin na bears and bulls? Pag mas malaki yung money nila. For example, dito sa taas, di ba? Diyan sa taas, kung titignan nyo, maraming pera dito yung bears. Kaya nabababa nila yung price. Correct? As traders, magsesell ka dahil nakita mo yung ginagawa nila. Pagdating naman dito, mas maraming pera yung bulls. Correct? Kaya umakyat yung price. And as traders, dahil nakita mo, ang ginagamit mo indicator kasi, yung DC, yung price, alam mo na akyat siya, so nag-buy ka. Clear? So, ganun nag-work yung markets. Whenever you're seeing DC zones o DC area, those are price turning points. Diyan ka nagbabay, diyan ka rin nagsesell. Okay? So, in trading, you must always have an edge compared to other traders. Kasi for example, you don't have any edge, hindi mo maiintindihan kung paano nag-move yung market. And kanina, sa discussions natin earlier, you were able to determine now na ito para mga areas ng DC are sellers and buyer zones, correct? So the DC gives you the ability to objectively quantify where the institutions, banks, and market makers place their orders in a price charts. Market prediction is imminent. You'll be able to predict the market with just the use of the DC. It's like having your own insider info or a crystal ball. Diba? Dahil alam mo na paano gumagalaw yung markets. And itong natutunan yung knowledge na ito, pwedeng apply kahit saan financial institutions. Whether sa stocks, sa bonds, sa gold, sa oil. Basta makakita ka lang ng chart, bigyan ka lang ng chart, you'll be able to read yung mga DC. Okay? So, katulad dito, this is an F5 chart. Nag-mark ako ng DC dito, correct? And extend ko doon. And I know that in this area, price will react, correct? Yung price umakyat pag dito, nag-sell ako. And same as dito sa baba, diba? This is a sell zone. So that is where banks, market makers, and institutions place their orders. And of course, once price tumama dito, what are you gonna do? Buy. Correct? It's gonna go up. And dito magsesell ka. So you could see, this is a violent breakout with a DC. Also, this is a DC and a violent breakout. So, remember to buy at DC support and sell at DC resistance. See? So, this is a DC resistance, sell ka doon. This is a DC support, and then buy ka doon. Dali lang, di ba? Noong dati, akala niya, bakit ako maglalagay ng DC? Ano yung reason behind that? Correct? Iniisip niyo siguro yung last class. Now, na-answer na yung question na yun na, okay, alam ko na, because that is where the banks put their orders. Hinihintay na nila yung lagi, yung market gumalaw to that area, diba? Pagdating dito, matitrigger lahat ng orders nila. Then they will push it down. Then of course, pag naiintindihan mo yun, you can make money, you can profit from it. So 5 reasons why you use DC zones. It gives you a low risk and high reward trades, correct? If you're gonna measure your stop loss, sobrang liit, but pero yung take profit mo, sobrang laki. And of course, if you're a good businessman, gusto mo pinapasok na business is yung mga low yung risk, pero malaki yung gain. Diba? Kung mapasok ka ba ng negosyo na magre-risk ka ng 1 million, tapos kikita ka ng 100,000 lang. Diba? Not a good business idea. Of course, why use DC? It's because it's simple and easy. Even a 12-year-old could follow. Diba? Sabihin mo dun sa pamangkin mo, lagyan mo ng colorful DC yan. Diba? Makulay. Ito orange, tapos red, tapos green. Yayaman ka yan paglaki mo, ha? Panoorin mo yung mga videos ni Sir Yuri, sabihin mo. Next, you could buy wholesale and sell retail. Di ba, katulad kanina, example here, di ba? Nag-buy ka dito sa area na to. Why? Because mababa ang, nag-sell ka dito sa area na to because mataas ang price. Di ba? Kapag ikaw ba nagpupunta sa mall, gusto mo bumili na mataas yung price? Di ba? Gusto mo, bibili ka, mababa yung price. So dito ka man, babay. Diba? Eh, kung ito naman, meron kang business, gusto mo, ibebenta mo siya kapag mataas yung price. Ito, di ba? You buy wholesale here and you sell retail. Basic economics, di ba? Alam na naman, di ba? Alam mo na dito magbabay, hindi naman mo, dito ka nag-buy. Nag-buy ka na retail, wrong move. Natatalo ka, yan, magre-reverse tuloy. Di ba? Pero pag dito, halimbawa, nag-sell ka naman, kaya dito ka nag-sell, ano mangyayari? Talo. Correct? See? So, you wanna buy wholesale and sell retail. And of course, you have an opportunity to buy low and sell high. Just like halimbawa, properties, di ba? You wanna buy low. Di ba? You don't wanna buy kapag mataas na yung mga properties. Gusto mo, habang hindi pa ini-start yung mall sa tabi ng property mo, di ba? Bilhin mo na yung property ng iba ba doon? Kasi alam mo, tataas yung value niya. Diba? And of course, pag natapos na yung mall, ibenta mo na siya. Correct? Dahil mataas na yung value niya eh. Eh, may pag ginagawa, bumibili ka pag nag-start mag-construct yung mall o yung church or hospital sa tabi ng property. So, hindi nila na-maximize yung gains. Correct? With what we do, we buy low and sell high. Same as economics. Diba? And another reason why you use a DC is because easily predict the market. Mas makikita mo na kung saan nag-turn yung market, saan siya umakit, saan siya bumaba. Okay? When you mark the DC. It's like it is one of my trades in AUD, USD, H1. This is a DC, correct? Violent breakout. I extended the DC. And once price touched that zone, nag-sell ako. And nag-take profit ako dito sa level. See? Once you know what they're doing, who are they? Yung mga market makers, yung mga nagmamanipulate ng prices, yung banks, it is easy to follow them. Hindi ka na naghuhula. Hindi ka na parang, uy, paano ba to? Hindi ko alam paano mag-trade. Now, you already know. Alam mo kung bakit and saan ka maglalagay ng mga orders mo. So, where and why do price change direction? Of course, because of DC. Here, meron siyang DC with a violent breakout. I extended it, di ba? Nakikita nyo? Extend. That's a DC demand. Eh, papansin mo, price went down here. And ano nangyari? Ano nangyari dito, guys? Nag-stop, correct? Bumabaksak yung price, nag-stop dito. Why? Because merong DC. Buy zone. And another example, dito merong DC. When price is going up, bakit siya nag-stop dito? Diba? Because merong DC. Correct? So, like ko sinasabi, DC zones are like bus stops. Humihinto yung prices dun sa area na yun. The $1 million reason why humihinto siya is because DC zones are stopovers of prices. It is where the buyers and sellers place their orders. And it is the origin or the pioneering of price movements are found in DC zones. And also, this is where you will find low risk, high reward trades, and high probability setups in the market. Okay? If titingnan natin sa charts, okay, dito sa chart natin, di ba? This is, kuha tayo ng EURUSD chart. Ito EURUSD chart. Let's go to H1. Sino nakapag-trade last week? Meron ba nakapag-trade? Diba? Okay, if nakapag-trade ka last week, ganito nangyari. I'll explain it. Bakit yung price huminto dito tapos nag-drop? Diba? If kung titignan mo na naked chart, ibig sabihin naked, walang DC. Diba? Hindi mo alam paano mo siya nag-start na bumaksak dito. Diba? Pwede mo i-research sa news. Diba? Or, pwede mo lagyan ng DC. Now, alam mo na nag-touch yung price doon and nag-bound siya, correct? And then, if katulad mo ako, nag-sell ako. Diba? And now, bakit yung price nag-stop ulit dito and umakit siya? Why? Because merong, correct. May DC dito. And again, meron DC dito sa baba. Are you guys following? Diba DC to with breakout doon, tapos DC dito with breakout doon. Kaya siya nag-stop doon. H1 siya. Ngayon, bakit yung price nag-stop dito? Bakit? Do you have any idea? Because merong DC. See? Madali, di ba? Bakit yung price nag-stop dito? Because merong DC. See? See? So, yung mga mark, bakit siya nag-stop lagi dyan? Because lagi may DC. So, katulad dito, di ba? DC yun. That's why we know it stopped there. Bakit ito nag-stop doon? Because merong DC. Nakikita nyo? See? Bakit nag-stop dito yung price? Because merong DC. Bakit nag-stop dito yung price? May DC din. See? The whole market is a big DC zone. Bakit nag-stop dito? Dahil meron ring DC. See? So, with this kind of strategy, you're able to predict the market. Halimbawa, hindi mo pa alam yung mangyayari next day. Di ba, nagbabacktest ka, pinipindot mo yung F12. F12. Alam mo na, oy, teammates, alam niyo ba, pwede tayo mag-sell dito sa area na to, sabihin mo. Why? Kasi may DC, that's violent yung breakout. Sige, mag-sell tayo pag tama ng price dyan. Ano nangyari? Tumama yung price. So, nagbabaksak na siya. And, ano mangyayari? Babaksak akyat. Hello? Ano mangyayari dito? Babaksak or akyat? Babaksak. Bakit? Is this a buy zone or sell zone? Sell zone. Okay? So now, the next day, meron kang DC dito sa baba. Di ba? F12 ka. And then, tumama yung price doon. Ano mangyayari? Akyat bababa. Why? Very good. Buy zone DC. So, umakyat siya. Diba? And bakit bumaba doon? Kita niya bumaksak? Because merong DC. See? It's very easy to plot and ma-predict yung market because of the DC. Ito naman, weekly na chart. Kagabi pinakita ko ito sa mga leaders. Sabi ko, ito yung long term. Diba, titignan yung date na to. Anong date to? March 2013, correct? March 2013. Bakit umakyat yung price? Because merong DC. See? Umakyat siya dito dahil nag-touch yung DC. Ayun yung long term, di ba? So, patulad naman ng ibang example, yung June 2012, bakit umakyat yung price dito sa area na ito? Makikita nyo? This is June 2012, dito sa baba, di ba? Bakit siya umakyat? Because merong DC. Correct? Kailangan mo isang volunteer. Ang plan ng DC. Sino gusto? Yayaman. Ha? Isang volunteer. Huwag na kayong mahiya. Going once. Going twice. Sige, hindi tayo tutuloy. Walang next lesson. Hindi ko upload yung video. Bakit ito bumaba? Meron mga gusto mag-volunteer? Bakit bumagsak yung price dito? Ha? Sino gusto mag-mark? Dito sa stage. I-mark yung DC kung bakit siya bumaba. Okay, palakpakan natin si Tita. Okay. Bakit?
This one, no?
Yan.
This one.
Bakit siya Bakit siya bumaksak?
Because here, there's the DC here. Like that.
Yes.
Like that. No.
Very good. Okay. So, nakikita mo rin dito. See? Here at this point, this is February 2012. Bakit bumaba yung price? It's because tumama siya sa DC zone, correct?
Yes.
Kaya bumagsak siya. Okay, sige, thank you very much. Tulungan natin si ate. Kaya ka na yan. Okay. So, with the use of the DC, you're able to determine kung saan nag-stop yung prices. And once nag-stop siya doon, it's an opportunity for you to trade. Nag-gets niyo? So, kung long-term trader ka, tinday mo mga to. Di ba? So, nung, for example, 2011, nag-sell ka na dito, tapos nung 2012, nag-buy ka naman, di ba? Tapos nag-sell ka ulit, then ngayon naka-buy ka, if long-term. Nag-gets nyo? Okay. So, pero as of now, di ba, nag-i-start kayo sa H1 because you're getting your skills home. Di ba? Sa next classes natin, makikita nyo na paano mag-trade na long-term or on every hour or every 5 minutes. Di ba? Are you guys learning? Okay. So, let's go back. Saan tayo kanina? Okay, ito. So, kanina sabi ko DC zones are stopovers of prices. It is where the buyers and sellers place their orders. So, whenever nakita kayo ng DC, you could expect price will react and stop at those levels, at those zones, and you have an opportunity to trade. So, how to place a trade? Diba? Step 1, look for a DC with a violent breakout and buy at support or sell at resistance. Step 2, first place your stop loss on the other side of the DC. And step 3, multiply your stop loss by 3 and that will be your take profit. Remember to always have a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. More on that later, I'll be explaining that. Okay. One of your assignments is to achieve 21 wins using the DC in violent breakout. One of the ways to achieve a level of consistency and profitability is to achieve more than 21 wins. That means you should keep on trading and trading. Parang muscle memory. Naalala niyo ba nung if ever CAT kayo, di ba? Paulit-ulit yung mga commands, di ba? Harap sa kanan, harap sa kaliwa, di ba? Or nag-drill kayo, yung mga fire drill, di ba? Sa school, naggaganon, para masanay ka, di ba? So you have to achieve 21 wins consistently. That also includes losses, okay? So probably within 21 wins, meron ka mga less than 10 na talo, less than 5, especially if you're following our rules. Remember, losing is part of the game, but if you make it a habit to use the 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, then you will win more than you lose. If you will follow these simple rules, your financial success and future in FX trading is secured. Okay? So, take note, group leaders, dapat kayo lahat as a team, you should achieve 21 wins. Okay? So, I'll just be reviewing paano ba maglagay ng long or short trade. Okay? Remember, whenever you're entering the market, merong entry price, stop loss, and take profit. Correct? This is how it look like pag nagbabay ka. Pag nagbay ka, meron ka entry price, meron ka stop loss, and meron kang take profit. Pag nag-sell ka, meron kang stop loss, entry price, and take profit again. Okay? Sa chart, ganito yung tsura niyan. Let's say gusto kong mag-sell. Okay? Pag nag-sell ako, so pag nag-sell ako, pwede kong pindutin to, sell. See? Nag-sell ako, di ba? Now, maglalagay ako ng stop loss. Sino dito hindi pa marunong maglagay stop loss? Okay. Kung di pa kayo marunong, just follow me. Pupunta ka dito sa trading terminal, which is this one, terminal. See? Lumabas, di ba? Tapos nag-sell ka doon. You have to modify that. Kaya lang, hanapin muna yung level kung saan ka maglalagay stop loss. Halimbawa, naglagay ka ng stop loss dito. Example lang to Example. Lagay ka ng stop loss dito sa taas. That is 1.31407, correct? Right-click mo to. Modify or delete order. Tapos type 1.31407. Then, modify. Masyadong mabilis internet. Oh my God. Ang bilis. Super duper. Nag-gets niyo ba? Teka lang, tagal eh. Please wait. Ilang minutes ko? Sobrang waiting na yun. Oh my God. Anyway, kinancel ko na. Nag-gets nyo? Diba? Mabagal eh. Ngayon, when it comes to take profit naman, let's say, magte-take profit ka dito sa baba, or times 3 mo to, if that's your stop loss, 30 pips times 3, mga 90. Yan, 90. 1.30 1.30196 1.30 1.30196. Yun. Para may mark. So, kung doon, take profit mo, modify, delete order, tapos type mo siya. 1.30196. Please wait. Uy, pumasok. Galing, no? So, meron tayong take profit doon. Balikan natin yung stop loss. 1.31407. Yun. Okay, may stop loss na tayo. So, this is how it looks like. Okay? Ayun yung stop loss. Ito yung take profit. Okay? Are you guys learning? So, ganyan lang siya. So, hayaan lang natin siya dyan. So, pag nag-stop loss, hayaan mo na siya kung matamaan siya or hindi. Diba? Once you've set it, you just have to forget it. Okay? So, next. Saan tayo? So, alam niyo na to, di ba? Ay, break muna pala. Okay. Meron tayong 10-minute break. You could discuss with your group mates yung bago yung natutunan tonight. And we will be resuming in a while.